Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring you the gospel Gamecocks every single day. Every single day, y'all. We've got a lot to talk about today. A lot to discuss on a Monday evening, 7 o'clock p.m. A lot to talk about. But before we start this bonanza of information, bonanza of fun, bonanza of Captain Will, you're not rocking with the best. And if you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. We got a good one today, y'all. The transfer portal is portaling. You know what I'm saying? The transfer portal is portaling. I know that's not proper English, but it's the way Captain Will talk. It's portaling. It's a lot going on. And South Carolina women's basketball team has been, can we say aggressive? Can we say South Carolina's been aggressively scheming in the transfer portal? Can we say that? Can we actually make those calls? Dawn Staley messed me up today. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Dawn messed me up when she said a little birdie flew into the nest. Got the whole internet going crazy. Folks DMing me about Cap. Who is it? So we can assume who that individual is, but Dawn Staley puts out a birdie in the nest. I guess that bird is still flying because they ain't landed yet. We got to know, as Gamecock family, who that birdie is. We just have to know. It's mandatory. It's mandatory that we find out who that birdie is. But some captain, Captain Will, said who that birdie gonna be. I said it last week. Adam Ritter, my brother. What did I say? I said, don't worry. Don't worry. We got this. You want a big? You're gonna get a big. You're going to get it big. It's fine. It is fine. Y'all was active on social media this past weekend where somebody was constantly, on TikToks, on the Instagrams, on all those different platforms, having a good old time with some of our Gamecocks, hanging out with Adhel Tac, hanging out with Maryam Dauda, hanging out with Joyce, just having a ball. I'm so happy for this young player on an official visit. But before we start talking about this young player on who's had an official visit, who might be that birdie, let's talk about some positions that we need filling, right? Let's talk about that. So we got to set the table. You need to pull up. Pull up to the table's already set. You got with the tablecloth, ain't no white tablecloth. You got the red tablecloth sitting on the table. You got your solo cup. You got your what's they called? The paper plates ready. You got the napkins. They all ready. They're all ready. So if you got some positions of need, because we're talking about this, we talk about 4 players who play significant minutes for the South Carolina women's basketball team who are gone. 4 of them. Tina Papa, drafted in the second round. Breezy Hall, drafted in the second round. Sanaya Fagan, drafted in the second round. Malaysia Fulwiley into the transfer portal. All gone. Heard that Malaysia Fulwiley, the scheduling official visit to LSU. I ain't gonna talk about that right now. But she gone. And if we dig deep over the 4 players that have left the South Carolina women's basketball team who play significant minutes, we can count Skimmer Walker as well. But I'm talking about play significant minutes because we got 4 players who played 44% of the minutes. We got 4 players who scored 44% of the points. We have 4 players who had 34% of the rebounds, 4 players who had 44% of the assists, 44% of the steals, and 49% of the block shots. Whole lot of 4s that we're talking about. That's a lot of production that this South Carolina women's basketball team has to make up. Now, granted, we have a lot of players that's already on this basketball team that can do those things, that can make up those differences, you know. But in terms of the transfer portal, we have to get the one of the biggest needs for South Carolina was getting a shooting guard, right? A shooting guard, combo guard, so to speak, for Tina Papa, who's in the A, Atlanta Dream. Tickets bought. Oh yeah, tickets are bought to see the one and only Tahina Pow in the ATL. Saw her throwing out the first pitch at the Atlanta Braves game. So awesome. So awesome. Tahina Pow with the Atlanta Dream, and during the course of her year last year, you're talking about 25 minutes, 9 points, shooting 44% for the field, 37% from 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal and turnover. Those are solid numbers that we have to replace. And what Dawn did was she went to the lab with a pen and a pad and said, okay, who is the best guard in the transfer portal? And the results came back, and her name was Tania Lassin. Tania Lassin's the best guard in the transfer portal. Some folks say Olivia Miles. No. Tania Lassin is better than Olivia Miles. Tania Lassin is a better defender than Olivia Miles. She's a better scorer of the basketball. She's number 1 in the transfer portal top 25, according to ESPN. You talk about 35 minutes. 30 minutes, should I say, 30.1 minutes to be exact, 25 minutes per basketball game, getting, shooting 45% from the field, 34% from 3, 8. Jacking up right now. You got to blame technology sometimes. Sometimes the internet just jacks up. Y'all know how it is. Yeah, I can't make it up. Can't make it up. But Tania Lassin is the truth, y'all. She was the number 14th ranked recruit in the class of 2022. 14th ranked recruit. So let's have some revisionist history about, Tania Lassin, because a lot of folks aren't giving her due. So number 14th ranked recruit in the class of 2022. She was ranked ahead of some notable players. You might have heard of Talasia Cooper. She was a Gamecock for a year and then moved on to Tennessee. You might have heard of London Jones. She played with UCLA, hit about 3 or 4 3-pointers against us, and now she already committed to Southern Cal. You heard of Cody McMahon? Heard of her? Oh yeah, Ohio State great, who's now moved on to Ole Miss. And finally, Kayla Oldacre, 6'6" center at Texas, who gave us fits at times against the South Carolina women's basketball team. Tania Latson was ranked higher than all of those players. So she was it in high school. She's been it in college. And she is now a South Carolina Gamecock. She was here over the weekend too. She was hanging out. So we got to do the math now. We got to do the math. So you got the shooting guard. Okay, we check. That's good. So Tania Latson for Tina Pow. Okay, so now we gotta reel it in. We gotta talk about the post players. We need a post player because Tania Fagan got drafted by the Los Angeles Sparks. She gone. So we need somebody from the transfer portal, from the post, who can ball and start. So this comes back to that little birdie that we've been talking about all day today. Who that is, Cap Will. Well, that little birdie that we are referring to, y'all know who it is. It's Medino God. That's who it is. Ain't no secret. We ain't got to do smoke signals. We ain't got to do any of those things. No. It's Medino God. That is who it is. She is going to be a Gamecock. She is a Gamecock. It's just a matter of time of when she actually says that she is a Gamecock. It's just a matter of time before the thumbnail is done. It's just a matter of time before that little birdie is free. So we better get excited. You better get excited because Medino God, 6'6", averaged a double-double. She was a double-double queen, if you will, for Mississippi State. She was a player when they played against Vanderbilt. Now, Vanderbilt was a really good basketball team this season. And she, and she gave Vanderbilt work. Against Vanderbilt, she had a 20-20. She had 21 points and 23 rebounds. She at 6'6", averaging, 13 points, 11 rebounds. She automatically starts for South Carolina. Automatically. Now we'll work the details of who starts beside her. But it's going to be Chloe Kitts. Okay? But Chloe and Joyce are going to be playing very similar minutes, so it really don't matter. I expect Chloe and Joyce to average about 25, 26 minutes per basketball game this upcoming season. But until it is verified, we don't do a shot just yet. No. We don't do no premature shots in Captain Will's land. Right now, we're drinking some Minute Maid lemonade. Minute Maid lemonade. Made with real lemon. Minute Maid, hit a brother up. Delicious. So now we got the shooting guard. Bet. Now we got the post player. Bet. So what else we need? Well, Breezy Hall got drafted by the Indiana Fever. Can't wait to see Breezy play for the Indiana Fever. Looking forward to that so badly. Her and Leah Boston. I just can't wait for that. But we not technically, this is the key right here. Technically, we're not really replacing Breezy Hall with a player in the transfer portal. Technically. Because on the forefront, you got two players who can play that position. Matter of fact, you got three players who can play that position. Number one, Tessa Johnson. Okay, she can slide right up, and she's going to a junior year, and I expect big things for Tessa Johnson. Then you got Ayla McDowell, who's 6'2" and five-star recruit and top 15 in recruiting rankings. Then you got McCurr, who's 6'1", who is top 5 player in recruiting circles. So you have the talent to finesse that position. But if you want to go the route of another way, because we still got to replace Malaysia Fulwiley. Now, you could go certain ways with replacing a talent like Malaysia Fulwiley. You can stay in-house, okay? You can stay in-house with Maddy Mouse herself, who was a second-ranked guard in the class of 2024, top 15 recruit herself. You can go that route, who was averaging 16.8 minutes per basketball game before she had a concussion, who was taking minutes from Raven and Malaysia Fulwiley. We can go with Maddy, because Maddy is sensational. Or here's the thing. You got a player who's also on an official visit. We didn't see him in the pictures. We ain't seen him in his TikToks. We ain't seen him in the things like that. But for what I hear, that she was in South Carolina as well. And her name is Gianna. She's from Utah. And she's a baller. Ladies and gentlemen, she's 6 foot. She could play the wing position. She is a scorer extraordinaire. She is one of the top shooters in the country. She shot 45% from three, ladies and gentlemen. She's one of the best overall players in the United States of America. And she could become a Gamecock. She can play off ball. She can play the wing position. She can do a lot of things for South Carolina. She's already visited Oklahoma. She's already visited Texas. She's visited South Carolina. She got one more visit on the docket, and that's UCLA. Could she become a Gamecock? That is a possibility. There's a chance. There's a shot. If you make an official visit to South Carolina, that means there's some things that's going on. So it could be, ladies and gentlemen, a situation where you have, if Gianna commits to South Carolina, along with Medino God, you can have a possibility of having Raymond Johnson. You can have a possibility of having Tania Lassin. You can have that possibility of Gianna starting along with Chloe and Medino God. That starting five, ladies and gentlemen, is incredible. That starting five. And then coming off the bench. Okay? You coming out the bench, you got Maddy McDaniel. You got Ayla. And you got Agot. You got Joyce Edwards, Maryam Dauda, Tessa Johnson, Adhel Tac, Juju Watkins. That team, if those two players sign to the South Carolina women's basketball team, will be unbelievable next season. Will there be a lull in scoring with these players? Nope. There won't. Will there be a lack of shooting for these players on this basketball team? Hell no. Sure won't. Because you got the number one scorer of the basketball joining the team. You got her teammate who won multiple state championships in high school on the team. She know where she wants the ball. She know where. You got Gianna from Utah, who averaged close to 20 points herself and shot 45% from three. Are we serious? You have Chloe Kitts, who averaged almost a double-double while playing 22 minutes per game and was South Carolina women's basketball three-time national champions. Best overall player offensively and defensively. And I ain't done. You got Medino God at 6'6" and one of the best defenders in the SEC and averaged a double-double. And that's just a starting lineup. My leg's shaking right now because I'm just thinking about it, anticipating. I'm anticipating the championships. That's I'm just thinking all the championships. Thinking about because Tania Lassin only got one more year. Okay, Gianna got one more year. Raven got one more year. But I'm thinking fourth championship. I'm thinking of the fourth championship already. And you're talking about a little less than a year away. But that's where I feel. And y'all should feel that way too. That would be unreal, y'all. I'm just saying, that would be unreal. Let's go through a few comments. Let's go through a few comments today. And thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hollering at your man, Captain Will, on a Monday night. I appreciate it. Thank you. The numbers looking real nice. Chabeli, what's up, my guy? C-Dub, talk to me, bro. You already got it, brother. Adam Ritter, we got one, Adam. I need you to catch up, brother. We got two. You're not counting Tania Lassin, okay? You're not counting her. I'm not sure why you're not, but she already committed. Signed, sealed, delivered. She ours. She ours. And Medina's on the way. Kaisha said Medino God would be a perfect fit for the Gamecocks. She was just on a visit. Can we start women's college basketball tomorrow? I'm so ready. Girl, who you telling? I'm gonna have to go through. You know, the WNBA starts in a few weeks. And we have so many Gamecocks that's already, you know, in the league. And we got, you know, it just the transition where you have 3 players from South Carolina. And then if we go down the list of players that's in, you know, that were recently drafted into the WNBA. And then you got the other players who did not get drafted in the WNBA, who signed free agent contracts. It's a who's who of college basketball this past season. So it makes no sense to me sometimes when we hear fans of women's college basketball say they're not really fans of the WNBA. It don't really make sense to me because of this reason. It's the same people. It's literally the same girls, the same women that are transitioning from the college basketball scene to the WNBA. And this ain't like the men's college basketball where they stay 1 year, maybe a year and a half, and then they bounce. No, these ladies, you talking about 4 or 5 years, in some cases 7 years, like Sedona Prince, who we've been seeing for a long, long time. You know them. You know their stories. You know their background. You know everything about these young ladies. The men, you're talking about these, they dependent on freshmen. I got you, you know, my Charlotte Hornets, right? And I listen to the various, you know, podcasts and everything. But it trips me out. Like the in the NBA, you have this thing called tanking, where you are literally losing. You are literally losing for the hope of getting a draft pick to go up higher in the lottery. What kind of mess is that? We're gonna lose so we can hope to get a freshman in the draft lottery who we hope is gonna be good down the road. That's the NBA. When you're thinking about freshmen leading you to the promised land of the NBA championship, imagine if those things happen in women's college basketball. Just think about it. When you look at it, a freshman to lead a WNBA team to the championship. In college basketball for our ladies, you have a work of art that is already painted. In men's college basketball, you got the brush and a few colors, and you hope that they're going to be really good. There's so much more certainty of a player like a Paige Beckers who did 4-5 years in college versus a player who's going to be number 1 pick in Cooper Flag, who did less than a season at Duke. Come on now. Come on. When you go into, and when we watch the WNBA this season, you are seeing polished basketball players and still not getting the money that they deserve. Still not. But the product itself is way more polished. Not as athletic as the men who could jump out the gym. Not as athletic, but definitely more polished. More pleasing to the eye, if you will. I wish women's college basketball was starting tomorrow. I would love it. Love it. But it's April 21st, and we got a lot of talking to do over the summer and over the fall. And I'm be here every day. I'm be here every day. We're going to talk about it. Oh, my God. Kaisha, you got me going. This is, I can't wait. Dr. Ivy Girl, Roosevelt Johnson, Robert, Margaret Dutter, Robert W., Adam Ritter, Valerie Barnes, Paula Tucker, Dexter Brown, Virgil Wimberly, Allison. I thank you. Thank you for hollering at your man, Captain Will. It's a great day to be a Gamecock. Woo! It's awesome, y'all. It's awesome. This is what we. Jason Barnett, what's up, my brother? Cap, heard that Lay tried to come back, but Dawn said nope. Skim Mulkey reported it. Said mom was the one pushing for the transfer, not Lay. So about that, huh? Jason, and for everybody who's out there watching, a whole bunch of y'all tonight, I would say this right here. I heard that. I heard the rumors. I did. And if it's true, I'm gonna attack this for two ways, right? If it's not true that Lay wanted to come back and that a mom, wanted her to move on and potentially get the bag. If that's not true, I would hate that that's being reported, because you talking about people's lives. You talking about a 19-year-old girl that's still somebody's baby. I've met my Lay's mom. I've met her. So I'm not gonna get on here and say anything derogatory, and that ain't gonna happen with Cam Will. I ain't doing nothing like that. Now, if it is true, you gotta have both sides of the coin. Got a heads and a tail. So if it's not true, I wish that rumor would not be out there. If it is true, then if Lay wanted to come back and Dawn said no, and that her mom was pushing for the transfer, all in all, then I said a week or so ago that I believed that once a player entered the transfer portal, thus player is gone. I don't believe in dipping in your toe, putting your toe in the water to see if it's hot. I don't believe that touching the stove to see if it's hot. I don't believe those things. You touch the stove, damn it, it's hot. That's how it is. So if you're a player, and that can be in any sport, women's college basketball, men's college basketball, football, whatever the sport is, if you put your name out there, me as general manager of South Carolina women's basketball, that's what I'm start calling myself, general manager of South Carolina women's basketball. That's me. That's me. As a general manager of South Carolina women's basketball team, Captain Will, I will say that if you dip your toe into the transfer portal, you are no longer a Gamecock. I'm just saying. We can't have that situation where, no, I think I might enter the portal. I'm coming back. No. We're not doing that. We are not doing those things. So, because this is the thing, y'all. NIL has changed the game of women's basketball. It's damn near 1,500 ladies in the transfer portal, and they signing all over the place. This hour that I'm going to be on the air today, they're going to be girls that's already signed, committed, saying they're going this way, that way. It's just happening so fast. And the portal got 2 more days, and I can't wait for it to end. It's just been too much. It's too much of movement that's going on in women's college basketball. Now, this brings me to this point right here that I wasn't going to touch until later, but I'm going to say it right now because of the information that said something about Lay going out to the LSU to possible for the official visit. Now, if those things are true, that she's going to LSU for the official visit, I got to say this right here. Because I said last week there would be any. I don't want her to be in the SEC. Okay, don't want her to be in the SEC. I want her to be in the ACC. I want her to be in the Big Ten. I want her to be in the whatever conference that she could be in, other than the SEC, because I don't want her to be in a situation where she's coming back to South Carolina women's basketball team to play us at the Colonial Life Arena, and you're gonna have some dumbassity of some fans who are gonna boo my Malaysian full wallet. That don't make sense, and I horribly don't want that to happen. Secondly, if she chooses the SEC school, I would prefer she would go to Ole Miss. But Ole Miss is getting everybody. They whole team has changed. You know, Coach Yo is getting it. I get your transfer. I get your transfer. Oh, you trying to dodge? Oh, I get your transfer as well. And so I would prefer that because I like Coach Yo. If she goes to Kim Mulkey and the LSU Tigers, and I know I got some cats on here for LSU who rock with your man Captain Will, I'm going to have a problem with that. I'm going to have a problem. You go to any 15 schools out there, 14 schools now in the SEC, but don't go to LSU. No, I don't want them things. I don't want them problems. And not because of the fear of no LSU. What I'm afraid of, if she is going, or she would go, or the possibility of her going to LSU to get that bag that we talk about so much. You know how many guards LSU got? LSU got a plethora of guards on their basketball team. I see some of the cats on Twitter and posts and everything and talking about, a backcourt with Malaysia and Fly Johnson would be unbelievable. Okay, so Michaela Williams been starting for 2 years. So she gonna be relegated to the bench? I don't think so. They got 2 top 15 guards, 2 top 15 players in the class of 2025 in Divine Burridge and Zakia Johnson. And both of them are unbelievable players. No. She'll be in a worse situation than she is in South Carolina. But if the word is true that she never wanted to leave South Carolina, no. Go Malaysia. This is what Captain Will to you. Go Malaysia when you can play a lot, the minutes that you want, but also get a bag too. Don't go to LSU. No. Paula Tucker, we salute you and your thoughts. Thank you, Paula. Thank you so much. Tyra Johnson, I was waiting. What's up? Hey, Lisa Pugh, what's up, Cap? Hope all is well with you and Wifey Will. We are good. Wifey is cooking some, what's she cooking? Is it broccoli? What's the other thing? Brussels sprouts? One of them two. There's some broccoli, some Brussels sprouts, and some type of pork meatballs or something. She in the lab. I can smell it from my office. I can smell it. Well, we're doing great. Track life game in the Bird was Aja Wilson, LOL visiting. No, it was not. But I like the comment. Love the comment. Well, you know, what's the potential? The potential if these transfers decided. And we talking about those two in particular. Because those two are the headliners. Those are the A game, plan A for South Carolina women's basketball. Medino God, we can check that off. We put a circle around that thing. But Gianna is the second one in terms of the A game for this basketball team. But you always gotta have a B game too. You gotta plan B. In any type of situation, you have to have a plan B when your plan A don't work. You have to. And if you don't, you're going to be in a situation. You're going to be the problem. But the good thing is about this basketball team and the 1,500 players that are in this transfer portal, there's a lot of good players. There's a lot of good shooting guards. There are a lot of good post players. There's a lot of post players with good size. How about what's the girl name? Del Rosario. Del Rosario committed to Vanderbilt, I believe. I think it was Vanderbilt. She ran away, and she should have ran away last year from LSU. No, she should have bounced. So let's go through a few things. So Tania Lassin, number one player in the transfer portal. She is a South Carolina Gamecock. Let's say that one more time. Tania Lassin, the leading scorer of women's college basketball, who averaged 25.2 points per game, led the country in scoring, is a Gamecock. Number two, Olivia Miles, who's now with TCU. TCU has to get so many players in the transfer portal because their whole starting lineup were transfers to start with. That is what needs to happen. But she's with TCU. Hopefully with TCU, she'll play some defense. I don't know. Maybe so. Cody McMahon, this is a scary one for me. Because Cody McMahon, the two teams that fit in the plans of Cody McMahon, the 6 foot forward from Ohio State in the class of 2022. She was, I want to say, like 21st or 22nd ranked player in the class. And she's far done better than that. But her going to Ole Miss is a hand in the glove. The perfect thing. It's literally the perfect thing. And only thing would be more perfect was if she was to come to South Carolina. But I know she sees a depth chart. She sees a depth chart. But Ole Miss is that's something, man. Number 4 is Gianna Neepkins from Utah, 6 foot guard. I mean, great player. Average 19 points per basketball game, 50% from the field, 45% from the 3-point line, 89% from the free throw line. She is a great player. So there's a possibility. How about this right here? There's a possibility that South Carolina could get the number 1 and the number 4 players in the transfer portal. Number 1 and number 4. In terms of transfer portal rankings for teams right now, South Carolina is number 3 in the country. And we only got 1 player, so to speak. Something to think about. Malaysia Football is ranked 5th. 5th in the transfer portal rankings. And she's going to go wherever she's going to go. Yarden Garzone, guard, big old guard, 6'3", went to Maryland. Janiyah Barker, 6'4", UCLA, decided to be a Tennessee Lady Volunteer. I saw that. I was like, oh, snap. That's pretty good right there. That's pretty good. Getting Janiyah Barker to come over from UCLA to come over to Tennessee. And I was like, yeah, that's nice right there. I can't hate on that. Can't hate on that, whatever. Soraya Williams, 6'2" from Wisconsin. So all the social medias, all the crazy stuff, all the fun and happenings of LSU. She was there, had a great old time. So I'm gonna say right now she's gonna be a LSU Tiger. Okay, that's nice. She's a good player. She's a good player. I ain't gonna front. She's a good player. Samaya Smith, who left LSU, she was a starting center. She averaged a solid, double-double in the tournament and everything. And she was nice. She signed with Virginia. So many good players, but a lot of, some of the top players are gone. Ayanna Moore from Vanderbilt, if she's a combo guard. Okay, so Ayanna Moore averaged 12 points per game. She's 5'8", she's a guard. She's got 1 year to play. If Gianna doesn't work out, I would like for her to be a Gamecock. I would like for her to be a Gamecock. It's that's plan B's. Cara Dunn from Georgia Tech, that's a plan B. 15, 16 points, 6 rebounds. I mean, I kind of like that. So many great players. But like I said before, if you are going to be a South Carolina women's basketball player, you have to play defense. You have to be on a different level athletically. You just got to be great. You're not on South Carolina being good. No. This is the top. This is tippy top. This is the penthouse with the surrounding view. This is the penthouse with the butler. And got the cool glasses. This is with the charcuterie board. This is South Carolina women's basketball team. With the slippers and the cool robe. This ain't Motel 6 now. No. We're not doing that. You got to be elite to be on this roster. You got to be elite in order to compete. That's South Carolina. So I mentioned some of these players, but if you want to, sometimes it's a fear. It's a fear because you better be really good. Because if you're not really good, you're going to be watching a lot. So it's not a lot of players that Carolina looking at that could play for South Carolina and start, because the starting is always a thing, right? That's what we hold on to so tight. We got to be a starter. We got to be a starter. We got to be a starter. Real talk, from 1 to really 6 or maybe 7, play pretty much the same minutes. Play really the same minutes. You got from last season, you got Tina Pow play 25 minutes per basketball game. You got Raven Johnson play 24 minutes per basketball game. You got Breezy Hall play about 24 minutes per basketball game. Same thing. Same thing. On the lower end, you have Malaysia Fulwild, who played about 19 minutes per basketball game. Sanaa Fagan played about 19 minutes per game. And she got drafted. Breezy got drafted. The minutes are so minor. The minutes are so major. The starters are so minor with the South Carolina women's basketball team. The depth is what we're on true this season. And then as the season went on, the lack of a true big caught up with South Carolina. It did. And then the lack of outside shooting caught up with South Carolina. But that ain't gonna be a problem this year. Be a problem this year. Let's go through a few more comments, y'all. Willie Baker, woo. What you gonna do when they come for you? I love that, man. Mr. Good Guy, London went to Southern Cal. Wow. How many minutes will Latson play? All right, so London Jones going to Southern Cal was surprising. So she just went to another school in LA. But biggest rival. It's like, wow. And I like London Jones. I do. When she put that do not contact, I was like, oh, yeah, it's done. It's done. That's why, that do not contact. Didn't Lay put a do not contact as well? It might be a done deal, LSU. It might be. It's going to be an interesting year. If Malaysia Fulwild goes to LSU, it's going to be an interesting season upcoming. I just got to say. Now, in terms of Latson, how many minutes she played? I mean, for Florida State, she played 30 minutes per basketball game. Do I foresee her playing 30 minutes per game in this for the South Carolina women's basketball team, the three-time national champions? No, I don't. That's 75% of the game. Let me think about this. It could, man. I'm going to change my mind. 30 minutes, because I'm thinking about Powell. Powell played 25 minutes per game. I think it was 25.4 minutes per basketball game. And so if Powell played that many minutes, you're only talking about 4.6 minutes per basketball game extra. That's an extra minute per quarter for Latson. Let's say, I'm going to say this right here. I'm going to say about 28 minutes per game for Tania Lassin. Yeah, let's go with that. Country Notary, if we get Agot, we win the chip. Country Notary, I agree with you. We got her. I think we might get Gianna. If we don't get Gianna, we still winning the chip. It's winning. It's happening. Karen Richardson, hey fam. Chuck Bailey say you selling her short, bro. Possibly, bro. I'm crying. Gianna's at dog camp cap. Is the dog camp over? Is that over? Vernon, Gianna would never be a Gamecock. Vernon, why would she not be a Gamecock? She listed in the top 4. You think she's just saying South Carolina for clout? Robert, yeah, big time recruits coming in. Mr. Good Guy, South Carolina freshman recruiting class going to be tough. It's going to be nice. Mr. Good Guy. I think we got 2 of the best players in the 2025 class. Is Agot McCurdy the best player? Nope. Is Ayla McDowell the best player? Nope. But a combination of those 2, I believe, are the best that we could get for South Carolina. I do. For how we play and what they can bring, which is outside shooting. Both of them can shoot the 3 at ease. Both of them can handle the ball, especially No, Agot. Both of them got good size, 6'1" and 6'2". Agot got those long arms. I think it's nice, man. Rover 71. If Joyce come off the bench, she's leaving just like Lay. Why? Why would Joyce if Joyce? Okay, stay with me. If Joyce plays the same amount of minutes as she played last year, and she starts, so she'll stay then, right? If Joyce plays 24 minutes per game and she starts, she'll stay. But if Joyce plays 24 minutes per game, the same amount of minutes, and she don't start, she gonna leave? That makes no sense. That literally makes no sense. It's not about who starts. It's about minutes. Joyce Edwards led the basketball team in scoring as a freshman. I'm not going to sit here and say that I know it all. I ain't going to say that. But 92% of the time, I'm 100% right. Okay? 92% of the time, I'm 100% right. So Joyce Edwards ain't going nowhere. And we need to stop with this basketball team. We can talk about starters for other basketball teams. We can talk about starters at Notre Dame. We can talk about starters at Southern Cal, LSU, those teams like that, UConn. We can say those things about those basketball teams because their starters play 75. I wouldn't even say 75. Play 80 or more percent of the game. 80 or more percent from the game. So if there's a 40-minute basketball game, you playing at LSU, yeah, your starter's going to play, 34, 35 minutes per game. That means a lot for those teams because those teams doesn't have the depth that a team like South Carolina has. So we are force-fed to worry about starters. 1 through 8 for South Carolina play essentially almost the same minutes. We ranged from 25 minutes to 19 minutes for our top 8 last season. It don't matter who starts for us because nobody's going to play 35 minutes per basketball game. Nobody. That's not the way that South Carolina is constructed. Otherwise, because you can do it you can have this one or two ways. You can have a team because now teams are being constructed by NAL, right? So you can have it spread out where Carolina does not have 10, 11 McDonald's All-Americans, 5-star recruits. You can have that. And then you can pay a certain amount of players, and say the top 3 players, the whole bulk of the NIL. You can have that. And then the other players, no, y'all ain't playing. You can do that. Or you can have what Carolina has, which is depth, equality depth. I kind of like how we do it. I'm not a fan of players starting for 35 minutes. Look at Juju Watkins, who was the best player in college basketball this past season. Some say Paige, some say Juju. It's apples and oranges, whatever you want to say. But what I'm saying is Juju averaged about 35 minutes per game for the season. When Juju went down, who got those minutes? That's when Southern Cal was exposed because she was playing so minutes. So somebody got to get the 35 minutes that Juju Watkins was getting. And Southern Cal wasn't ready for that. Their bench wasn't ready to take on that load, especially in the NCAA tournament. They weren't ready. Carolina is always bigger than an individual player. That is why when Watkins went down, there was no bump in the road. It wasn't because the next players came up. If Watkins, think about it like this right here. I'm from that way of thinking, like everything happens for a reason. And we just got to trust the process and we got to believe. It's going to be. Sanaya Fagan. Would Sanaya Fagan would have had the season that she had if Watkins wouldn't have gotten hurt? Think about it. Sanaya Fagan may not have been drafted. This gave her the opportunity to start after 3 years at South Carolina basketball. And she got drafted. Now, with that being said, that everything happened for a reason, I totally believe that when Watkins come back, when Ashlyn Watkins come back, she's going to unleash something on the college basketball world. I believe that completely. And she's going to be a better player than we saw before. I believe that. And that's great for South Carolina women's basketball. Adam Ritter, we need a backup plan if we don't get the Utah girl. I mean, that how can I say? There was a obvious, okay, Gianna from Utah is a luxury item. It's a luxury item. It's not a must get, okay? The only must get on this basketball team, and it's not even Tania Lassin. Lassin wasn't a must get. It wasn't a must get. It was an unbelievable get, but it was not a must get for South Carolina. And I say that because you still have quality talent at the guard position for South Carolina. Now, you will want to get a transfer in who has veteran experience and things like that, but Medina was a must get for South Carolina. And that's a must get for multiple reasons, because Adhel Tac is in the offseason, not in rehab. That's great. 6'5" player, ranked top 26 in the country during a recruiting class. That's great. But our team, the way it's constructed in terms of the style of play, works great when we have a really good big with really good size. Okay? Adhel Tac is not her yet. She need another year of season. She need another year of Lowry's speaking on that throwing. And so, but Medino God has that. And Medino God may not be the perfect player. I don't think she's in the top 25 in terms of transfer portal rankings. What she is the perfect player for us. She's a perfect player in the way that we do things in South Carolina. You know, so in terms of if we don't get Gianna from Utah, I'm cool. I'm not gonna sit here. If she chooses whoever, I'm not gonna sit here and moan and complain, because we good. We good. I ain't tripping over that whatsoever. We got Tania Lassin, who's the best scorer. We got Medino God, who's the big 6'6", who can rebound and block shots and score a little bit, who can play defense very well. I'm good. I'm set. As of April 21st, I am locked in and ready to go. I'm ready. I'm straight. Robert said Joyce would have to beat Chloe out to start. Yeah, she would. I don't think it'll happen. I don't think that happened. Chloe is. Please, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, please don't belittle how good Chloe Kiss is. Please don't. Because Chloe Kiss, for the season, ladies and gentlemen, was our best player. Did it look right all the time? No, it did not look right all the times. It wasn't always pleased to the eye, but Chloe was a bucket getter, and she was our leading rebounder. And she played hellified defense. She was our best player. Best player. Shabby said, what the hell? Fam, hit that like button and subscribe. You already know who you rocking with. Numbers don't lie. Thank you, brother. Yeah. You know what? We 54 minutes in. We are 54 minutes in, and yeah, hit the like button, subscribe, all those things. Subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. If you're not following me on Twitter, y'all need to do that. Follow me on Twitter at Gamecocks Talk. It's really simple. Just hit the follow button. It don't get no simpler. T-Rose Cam Will is keeping it real, keeping it 100. Yeah, you gotta keep it 100, y'all. Sharif Tinsley, what's up? If Medino God commits to be a Gamecock, it's over. Dawn is back to back is back to the Final Four automatically. I think y'all need to start. And thank you for the comment. I think y'all need to start reserving in Phoenix. It might be too soon, but put a little reminder on your calendar, on your phones. Maybe not the flip-up phones. I don't know how you can do that. But now they got those cool flip-up phones. Flip phones. Got those cool ones now. But we need a reminder. We going to Phoenix. We're going to be in the Final Four. Book it. Final Four is the floor for this basketball team. Real talk. With this roster that we're going to have with South Carolina women's basketball team, the three-time national champions, and we get Medino God, who I think we already got. We got Tania Lassin. We got those 2 5-star recruits coming in. We got Chloe Kidd, who will be an all SEC first team. You got Joyce Edwards, who's returning, who's going to be an all SEC first team. Trust and believe, this thing is ooh. How much better Raven Johnson going to be with her girl here? How much better is Raven Johnson going to be with Tania Lassin right there? Makes her job so much easier. Jason Barnett, Dawn could be very stubborn, but I'm sure if the mom wasn't involved heavily, same words, I guess, Dawn will welcome her back. Dawn isn't having parents run a program, and I can't blame her. Bruh, it's like, y'all, you know what, man? Most of the folks who's watching us right now, we all a family. We got hundreds of people watching, on the and on the phone, on the computer, on the tablet, on the TV screen. Hey, mama. Hey, daddy. What's good? Most of us have been in a situation where our kids playing sports, and you just want to jump out there and say, my child going to play this amount of minutes. My child's going to play, this amount of innings. If it's a baseball game, my child. And the coach be like, if you don't get your butt back in those stands, want to say everything, right? This is big business, y'all. Dawn Staley made $4 million a year. We just keep it real. Dawn Staley is running, and you said WNBA team, because most of the teams in the WNBA don't get the volume that South Carolina women's basketball team gets. Most of the teams in the WNBA don't fly private. Let's keep it real. Our team is a professional basketball team. It just happens to be on a college campus. Okay, so let's keep it real. Dawn Staley is the orator. She's the CEO. She's the head coach. She's all those different things. They ain't gonna be nobody past, present, or future who's gonna control the basketball team, or control minutes, or control this, or control that. Dawn Staley, this is Division I high level basketball. This ain't AAU. And this is for Dawn. This is for Coach Gino, Brenda Freeze, Mulkey, Vic Schaefer, any of those. This is real deal professional college basketball. You got to say professional because the girls getting NIL, so they get paid, right? They get paid. So if you can some of these players get $2-3 million a year, they professionals. Nobody's going to disrupt that. Nobody. Regardless who that player is. Rover 71, why should she not start? Answer that, Cap. And we're talking about Rover. Okay, so I assume that we're talking about. Okay, I don't know who we're talking about. Are we talking about Joyce? Are we talking about Lay? Who are we talking about? If we're talking about Joyce, okay. So Rover 71, if we're talking about Joyce starting over Chloe, first, I'm gonna say this right here. If that's the case, Rover 71 and anybody else out there, Chloe is a better player than Joyce Edwards. Can we agree on that? Can we agree on that? Because Defense matters, right? I'm just saying. So if you watch your Captain Will, you know that I love defense. I love me defense. Defense is right there neck and neck with offense for me. So there was some lapses defensively for Joyce Edwards this year. Chloe, on the other hand, was one of our best defenders on this team. Chloe, on the other hand, was our best rebounder on this basketball team. So if that's the question we're talking about, Joyce starting for South Carolina over Chloe, no. After Chloe's gone, Joyce will start. But I don't care. I don't give a damn about who starts with his basketball team. I don't care. I used to care, but I don't care. If everybody playing similar minutes, who cares who starts? Who cares? Now, we're talking about with Lay. If discussion is with Lay going to start at LSU, no. If she commits to LSU, my Malaysian Fulwale is not going to start. Are they going to put Lay at point? Lay is not a point guard. Lay is a shooting guard extraordinaire. You can't put Flage at point, and you can't put Michaela Williams at point. So you literally got three shooting guards playing at the same time. Somebody got to handle the ball. Flage get a bunch of turnovers, Lay get a bunch of turnovers, and Michaela Williams get, her share of turnovers as well. You can't do that. You can't do that. And they got Divine Burns and Tessa Johnson who are going to command minutes themselves, because them girls are the truth as well coming up. Ernest Branch. Practice is going to be good. Going to be as good as the game. Both plays defense. Oh, Ernest Branch. I mean, like I said this last year, I was like, hey, practice it should be on pay-per-view. And all the money go to NIL. I'm just saying, it's going to be unbelievable. Unbelievable. Darrell Haynes, is Olivia Edwards still in the mix? She's an awesome big. Olivia Edwards is definitely in the mix for the South Kakalaki Gamecocks. I'm just saying that right now. And that girl is 6'3", top 5 overall recruit in the 2026 class. She is noise. She is, I mean, the only comparison I can give Olivia Edwards is Ashlyn Watkins. Olivia Edwards is a better version of Ashlyn Watkins. Better version. And Ashlyn Watkins is tremendous. But Olivia Edwards is something different, y'all. There is a possibility that Olivia Edwards in class 2026 can be top 3 overall. And there's some great players in that class, man. You guys, Sanaya Hall, you got McKenna Willisco. You got, was it Kate Harper? You got some players in that class of 2026. And South Carolina are going to be all up in them because we need that. We need that 2026 class. And there are some tremendous players. I would love to have Olivia Edwards on this basketball team. Oh, my goodness. And we're going to talk more about the 2026 class this summer. Vic B, Joyce and her parents are not looking for money. I don't think she's going anywhere. I don't either. Rover 71 Adrian came off the bench her first season. She did. She sure did. Vic B, late didn't start, but she was more of a star and got more exposure than many starters on the teams. Vic B, you're absolutely right. But, my task for this offseason, for the South Carolina women's basketball team and our fams and everything, is to not even, we ain't gonna worry about starters. Let them other folks who don't deal with South Carolina, let them be concerned about who starts on our basketball team. We're not gonna, we beyond that now. We beyond, and we're gonna, it's April 21st, so it's gonna be a long process, but we're gonna try to retrain our brains not to worry about starters for us. We're gonna be concerned about the minutes. And if we have to make a pie chart or some kind of a diagram, like something of that nature, we're going to have to discern this thing talking about starters versus minutes, because I believe that Tania Lassin is going to get the most minutes on this basketball team. I believe that. She's the leading scorer in the country. She better get the most minutes on this basketball team. But close second is going to be Raven Johnson. So Lassin, Raven, I believe number 3 in terms of minutes on this basketball team. Real talk. I think it's going to be Joyce. How about that? You didn't expect me to say that, did you? I think it's gonna be Joyce. Gonna be number 3 in minutes. Oh, Cap, she ain't starting though. I said that it's not about starting, but I believe Joyce is gonna get more minutes accumulatively top 3 in minutes played this upcoming season. Then Chloe be number 4. And then number 5, we can say a number of players. It could be Tessa, who I believe is going to be number 5. I think Maddy going to get a substantial amount of minutes. And I think Medino God. So it's going to be tricky this season. It's going to be tricky especially when I'm on the mic. So we're going to have Medino God, and then we got Agot McCurr. So, I'm country, so my tongue might get tired a little bit. But I think she's going to play similar minutes to what she played at Mississippi State, about 20, 21 minutes per game. This is why I believe that Joyce going to be top 3 in terms of minutes on this basketball team, because Medina's not going to be getting 27, 28 minutes per game. Somebody going to come in, and I think it's going to be Joyce and some of these small ball lineups. I cannot wait. Dawn Staley is playing chess, y'all. She playing chess. This lineup is going to be sick. It's going to be so versatile. It's going to be so fast. I can't wait. It's going to have shooting. It's going to have defense. I just can't wait. But until then, this concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share. Make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you're now rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, hit that subscribe button and rock with your man, Captain Will. Let's go.